never to piss not out. Remind me to never, ever to.
I'm not arguing with you, hoes. The white man said sue bitches and have them arrested. Yes, white man, thank you. Thank you for your law. Thank you.
All right, let me just say this segment of Healthy Debates is sponsored by John Kitover for Congress. If you like John, vote for him. Congress, I think whatever assembly seat that was, 16 or 17, John's on stage.
Happy Saturday.
Hey, Nye, I know that you've been in Hollywood, but where are you born?
I'm born and raised in Chicagoland area in the Midwest, but yes, I lived in Hollywood. California for 20 years, and that's why I had to tell somebody yesterday. I sent a message farmline or clubhouse to the person who's doxing. I made sure that this individual knows. Listen, my resources and connections, based on my 20 years working, anybody if need be. So yeah, I'm sorry, I just went off on a tangent. That's that cookie coming out there. Midwest girl coming in. I won't say her name, but she knows who she is, and I love her. Shout out to my boo, Marley boo. I love me some Marley. Happy Saturday, Marley.
Hey, Marley. Hey, Pat. Hey, HR Cam. I see Notorious in the house. Guys, going popcorn style. If you have something to say, disrespecting on my policy. Now, I do need to step away for 2 minutes. So I'm going to leave it to you, Adams, and Pooch, the big Pooch.
No problem. It's popcorn style, guys. If you just came into the room, the chat, the poll at the top, if you don't see the poll, that means you have to update your app. Some people are not sure how to update the app. You just got to go into your Apple Store if you have on iPhone, or Google Play, I think, if you're on Android. Download the most recent version of Clubhouse. Come back in. You'll see the chat on the poll, which is asking, how important is Clubhouse to you? Very important, not at all. Clubhouse is life. I'm addicted. I'm addicted. Because first of all, with my entertainment news reporter, I have to spend an unhealthy amount of time on social media because of the type of work I do, researching, gathering, posting, interviewing, et cetera, et cetera. So between Clubhouse and X, I get my fill of the fuckery. But I'm addicted to Clubhouse because I really am. There are a handful of people on this app that I simply adore. I adore their perspectives, even, when they're being positive, negative, when they're bringing the smoke, bringing the heat, all of it. I just love. And I host my own rooms on Saturday, usually at 2 p.m. Central. I have a house here called Press Hollywood, where we talk about conspiracies, UFOs, mostly celebrities and entertainment. And I was supposed to host my room today, but I was just so kind of discombobulated about some shit that happened on this app with doxing last night that I couldn't host my room today. And I had people hitting me up all day. Where's your room? Where's your room? Where's your room? So I don't know. I always feel special to know that while there are people on this app that I appreciate and I like to tap in with to see how they're doing, seeing what they're talking about, the love is reciprocated when I don't, kind of feel that need for others when they want their celebrity gossip or they want to talk about conspiracies, because I am a proud card-carrying member of the Conspiracy Theory Society. I put on my tinfoil hat daily. And so we like to tell, and I love that, I have this saying, your vibe attracts your tribe. And so I have found my tribe on this app, and I love these people. And even though some of these people I don't know personally, I feel a spiritual connection, that energy, that exchange of energy on this app, and I will defend these people, and some of y'all might be like, well, so-and-so is not worth you defending, so-and-so is not worth you talking to because they said this on the app, or they said that, or their past is this and that. You know what? That's got fuck all to do with me. You're kind to me, you're respectful to me, you don't talk shit about me, I reciprocate it, and if the shit hits the fan, I pride myself in not arguing and fighting with people on the app. Like I said, I will, if I have to get ratchet, I can. Who are good people, I will, right? And I was speaking to somebody earlier about a mutual kind of friend, quote unquote, who is caught up in some shit. And I said, somebody's got to defend this person. We tend to support this person's faces. We tend to laugh and kiki with this individual, which would suggest we like to be around this person. Some of us spend all day in this person's room. And when the shit hits the fan, folks are like, well, they had it coming. The same people who like to laugh and kiki and be that, right? So defend your people. Be good to your people on this app. If there are people on here that you like and appreciate and respect, whether you know them personally or not, if you get a good feeling from them, if you feel like they're true, authentic person, I'm not saying involve yourself in drama. I'm not saying fight and spar with their enemies. But if the opportunity arises and you can subtly, safely defend them from bullshit, be an honorable, righteous person and do that. I feel like people, it speaks highly of your character, and I think people you defend might appreciate you for that, right? So I'll land. The stage is open.
Yeah, I'm with you now. I'm definitely addicted to the app because I'm busy enough where I don't need to be on that. But even when I'm busy, I find time to come on here and listen for a wide range of reasons. Like sometimes I go in the rooms and they're philosophy rooms, are like super intellectual, and I learn a lot. And other times, people on here going crazy and talking about shit that just cracks me the fuck up. I don't know. It's a different type of social media than I've ever experienced. Because I grew up when Facebook started and all that good stuff. So I don't know. It's something is very transparent, even when people hide themselves. Something is very transparent about hearing somebody's perspective through their voice and getting to hear, from the fluctuation to the standpoint they're coming from. There's something very transparent about this app.
Hey, Pooch, just hold on one second real quick. Yo, everybody, if you like healthy debates and you want a little bit of a spicier side, I pinned Press Hollywood on the top. Just hit that link and join this lady's house. She's amazing. You have a great time in that, promise.
Oh, thank you, JB. That's so sweet.
So, like I said, I got to step aside for 2 minutes. I'm going to let you guys run it. Let's get some more people in here. Ping, ping, ping.
Poochie, go ahead and finish. I don't know if you had a chance to land. Go ahead.
No, that was a good interjection because I was done. But yeah, apps just, I don't know, it's just interesting. So yeah, I'm definitely addicted to it. Nah, I'm with you on that.
It's crazy. I'm an old goat. There was a time where, like, the biggest, like, interaction that I would have with someone was in Yahoo chat. There was a time where Yahoo had, like, chat rooms, and you could, like, go in there and talk. I mean, there was, like, only typing and maybe a little bit of voice if your mic was good, but, like, it just was not as interactive. You couldn't see on space, anything like that. And so this app is really great. I think for me personally, I think I like the old Clubhouse better, like how it was before they did the big change. I liked it the way it was because it was just set up nice and it was easy to find, what you were looking for. And now maybe I need to do something because like I'm seeing all these rooms pop up in my feed and I'm like, I have no desire for like 95% of these rooms. When I look on the list, there's maybe 2 rooms at any given time that I may want to join. But other than that, it's just a bunch of hogwash. And so I usually get on here and I try to find people who I feel like are intelligent, but still have the ratchet side. Because sometimes, we be here for the smoke and we're here for the shit and we want to, talk shit and hear people get the shit beat out of them on, verbally. But other than that, I want to hear intellectual talk and people being smart and, I like to learn things, and I love to be around people who don't think they know everything and are always willing to learn. That's always fun. So, but yeah, I'm glad I fell in here tonight.
Is this your first time in Healthy Debate Room?
Not my first time, but it may have been this is probably my first time actually feeling like maybe there may be people in here that aren't disgusting. I don't know. Next time I probably see this and it'll be a totally different conversation. It'll be totally different people in here, and I'll be like, oh, who are these stinks? But for right now, I'm happy with who's in here.
Jasmine, we usually don't run rooms on Saturday nights, but me and Nye and Adams had a conversation. I said, let me open a room. But rest assured, ma'am, this piece of shit's in the VIP section right now. And if this was any other room, I'd point them out. But tonight I'm not going to take any headshots. I'm really trying to bring the temperature down. You know, listen. The people that I've been around for 5 years, people that I've got to know, like Nye. I know Adam's offline. Poochie, I'm hoping to get to know offline. These are good people. I'm not going to surround myself with scammers and scumbags and lowlifes. You know, so that's just welcome to Healthy Debate. You'll see we have some good conversation. Like Holly just came on stage. She's a great lady, great mom.
Hey y'all, I'm back. I have to put my kid in bed. Thank you being such a wonderful mother.
Jordy's coming back up on the stage, I think. Jordy, welcome back to the stage. Did you kind of want to chime in on, you know, your experience on Clubhouse? How do you like Clubhouse? Are you addicted to Clubhouse? Are you kind of indifferent to Clubhouse? What kind of rooms do you like going into? The mic is yours, Jordy, if you would like to speak, sir.
Jordy, Bueller.
And then, of course, we always have to deal with this when people either come up on the stage and call them and they don't on mic, or they sit in the booth, listen to the conversation, and then come up and don't know what the hell you're talking about. Go ahead, Jordy.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, you're all good. It's okay.
As you already might notice, I forgot to put on my mic. It's my second time using the app Clubhouse.
You are forgiven, sir. I'm sorry for talking shit. Go ahead.
I'm from the Netherlands.
Go ahead.
The reason that I'm using this app is because sometimes when I come home after a long day of work or something, I just feel the need to still have a conversation with some people, and then I thought this would be a good option.
I like that. Let me ask you something. You're from the Netherlands. Okay. Do you like the Hives? Are you familiar with the Hives?
With the Hives? I don't know what's it about.
Okay. They're a rock band from Sweden? I mean, it's
no.
Okay, no, it's kind of in the general area. It's kind of the same region, nearly.
I'm from the Netherlands, so everything around the Netherlands, I'm not so aware of that good.
Oh, Joey, let me say this. You're welcome in Healthy Debates anytime. I think you got a cool accent. I think some of the ladies in here are going to like you. But let me give you, stay away from the women in here. They're dangerous.
Yeah. I think we'll be fine. But thanks for warning me.
You're welcome. Let me say hello to, we have Ollie and we have Dolly. What's up, Dolly? Long time no hear. How you doing?
Hey, JB. I'm doing so good. I've really, really enjoyed listening tonight the last couple of days in all the different rooms. It's really given the old school vibe back of having real conversations with real people. That's why I joined Clubhouse, and I did back in 2021. And it was during COVID, and I loved it. I think I'm addicted, yes. Part of the reason is because it's adults talking to adults. I work with children, and so I'm oftentimes in the goo, and I just listen. So I feel like, and I've changed my name. I changed my name because my clinic got doxxed. I have a child and adolescent psychiatric clinic.
Hold on, wait. I'm being serious here. Well, two things. First of all, I discovered Nye, so I get 10% of whatever she makes. But how did you get that? You got doxxed on this app, you mean?
I did. Well, at the very beginning, it was so much networking. It was like a blast. Like the networking was incredible. And I own my own child and adolescent psychiatric clinic. And it's really weird phone calls to the clinic. And so I changed my name just to Hello Dolly is my favorite movie. So I changed it to Dolly maybe like 2 years ago. So it's really funny because a lot of people don't know who I am, but they know who I am, and they just don't know that they know who I am. And
I have no clue. Okay.
Yes, and so it's nice to reintroduce to everybody again. But I really, really love having the adult conversations. I love it around election season. That's definitely one of my favorite times.
Well, let me ask you this question. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I'll forget.
Sure.
And I'm not trying to dox you, I promise. But When you say you got doxxed, what exactly happened? And the reason I'm asking is because it could be a cautionary tale for other people.
They called my clinic and left multiple messages that were very inappropriate, and they were, they used the name of the room that I was in that day, and so that's how I knew it was connected to Clubhouse. And they called my clinic, and so that scared the bejesus out of me, just because I own a psychiatric clinic for child and adolescents, and it just was.
How long did it go? It's not fun. I don't understand how. I know you deal with kids in psychiatric there, but maybe you could explain why some of these people. Why do they do that? Why do they take it off that?
I could be real with, tell them my career, tell them my job, tell them what I do, and we can connect and come up with some ways to therapeutic music groups and networking. It was really, really good at the beginning, and so it kind of stinks that I feel like I have to hide who I really am now, and I stick in a goo mostly. But that's just safety wise, I guess. I don't know. I know a lot of these voices. I know a lot of you, and I've listened to you guys for a long time and appreciated what I've learned, and I love the adult conversations. So yes, I'm addicted, but it's also because it gives a new perspective. It takes me out of my, I swear, working with kids, I've lost a lot of my big words. My language has gone down. So I just love to listen to adults, even cursing. Some of the banging, it's like, okay, yeah, this is kind of fun. It gives me out of my my world, and so I love healthy debates. I was sad when it was gone for a little while. I'm so happy that it's back. It's feeling a little more reminiscent of the old Clubhouse, which I love. So that's why I love Clubhouse, and I would say now I'm addicted.
Well, I have to tell you, and this is not me. No,
just I'll be in the goo. I come up sometimes, but not as often as I'd like to. So,
well, you're welcome. You're welcome here anytime. Thank you, and thank you for coming back. Yeah, Healthy Debates is definitely back, and we're not going anywhere, even though people are trying to take us down. I don't know. I think the more room about me today, it went for like 2 or 3 hours, right? And people hit me up like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say?" I'm like, "I'm not saying shit. I don't care." More people hate me than like me, but they still show up, Dolly. Keep it bringing, baby. Let's go. Speaking of mentally ill, what's up, Devil Agent? Malone, you there? How you doing? You can help. I know you're here. I see you. I hear you. Have you got mental disease?
Well, it's a good thing. I just got back to Canada, where at least all the treatment, I mean, I don't know if it's actually helping, but any treatment I'm getting is paid for by the...
Bro, let me tell you something, man. This is how I know you're full of shit. Because you said it's a good thing I'm back in Canada. Nobody in their life has ever said it's a good thing I'm back in Canada.
It's a beautiful day, though.
So, Malone, we're talking about people's gardens.
Oh, yeah.
But what is your experience like on Club?
I mean, it's been incredibly educational. Talking to people who I only heard about, in podcasts or in the news, and I honestly didn't believe it. And then to be able to interact with people and just see how crazy people actually are, what we're dealing with. I would say I think it's grateful for the education I've gotten and the friends I've made.
Well, I tell you what, Jordy, hold on one second. Let me just say this to Double Agent, then I promise I'll come right back to you. Double Agent, I bust your chops because you have a good sense of humor and you get what I'm doing. But I do have a lot of respect for you, and I do like you as a person. I think you're a good man, so I just want to say that.
I feel the same way.
Thank you. I fooled another one. Jordy, go ahead.
Yeah, what I found out about the app when I just installed the app and I was just scrolling through a few rooms and I was just joining randomly, so just to see how it goes, because my reason is just to talk in all rooms, like I've been making fun of, or people like being racist at me, or they call me. I remember I was joining a group.
But it's all good. It's all good fun. If I like you, I make fun of you. But here's the thing, I got 3 different messages in the back channel. Some of these women in the room want to know if you're single. If that's your real picture.
This is my real picture, and I'm single at the moment, yes.
Okay, ladies, stay and then mute up so we go to the next speaker. Have you finished what you're saying?
What do you say when I have to finish?
When I say land your plane, that's a term we use.
Same interactions on this app. Now you deal with it.
Every day. Every day, bro. I just had a room about me for 3 hours, some lunatic screaming about me at the same time. But I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to come on Clubhouse, and I'm being serious, you got to put your big boy pants on. Don't be sensitive on this app, because these people will tear you apart. You're welcome in this space. I'm going to make fun of you, but it's all in good humor. But let me say hello to Trayvon real quick.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I did my PTR, but it's not. I was trying to change my PTR to an airplane landing to tell Jordy
I
if
see
he ever talks on the stage, and if he.
Jordy,
Yeah, look at my picture right now. Yeah, you'll see that. If you see that image, yeah. But you're cool. You're cool.
Trayvon, what's good, bro? Trayvon has one of the smoothest voices on this app, man. What's good, bro?
Well, I've been on here for years. Of course, Clubhouse for me is kind of like an outlet. Going through, first, it was really for me to get my voice out there, as I'm a freestyle artist. I love freestyle music, freestyle hip-hop and poetry is my thing, definitely. But, and at that time, I was going through a very toxic relationship, you know what I mean? Clubhouse became more so my outlet, my therapy and whatnot. Clubhouse for me was kind of like therapy. Going through the process, met a couple friends, or what I thought to be friends, come to realize that, to connect more with the people that's undergoing domestic violence, as well as be a voice for people that's going with domestic violence, and put a smile on people's face. Because all I know we need it 2025. I'm going to leave it at that. Bad love, peace, and blessings after that.
Yeah, I love that shit. Get Adams.
So, as far as speaking to domestic violence, are you equally speaking to women and men?
Yes, most definitely. I think
okay, I'm just making sure you stand on code.
Yes, most definitely. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Trayvon, man, you ping me into your rooms, I'll come support you. If I'm not running my own rooms, I'll definitely come in and throw you a little love and some online currency. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paul, you seem to have a lot to say about me when I'm not around. The stage is open, bro. You're more than welcome to come up and share your thoughts on me.
I personally worked and, made a pretty good bag today, A lot of these people just seem to be miserable. I bring opinion about other people on a fucking Saturday. Isn't that crazy? And none of these people have a honey to-do list. Like, none of these people are checking in on their parents. Shout out to some people's old-ass parents. Schools have started this week. People aren't going through the curriculum with their kids. They're not sitting down and doing the first week's worth of homework. To me, it's very bizarre.
It's bizarre to me, Adams, and I don't disagree with you, but here's something else that's bizarre. A grown-ass man will go in another room, call a man who's not even there, call him a rapist, a sexual predator, and then when you call him out, they're bullshit. Come to the stage. I'm being respectful. I'm not yelling. I'm not screaming. This space, I try not to yell and scream. But if you got something to get off your chest, bro, come to my fucking stage. And I'll tell you what, I'll even clear the stage and just be you and I. If you don't feel like people are ganging up on you. Don't be a bitch. Okay?
You know what's crazy, Jay? In these political spaces, everybody's complaining about inflation, right? There's not a politician good enough to appease anybody on this damn app. I don't care if it's a left politician. I don't care if it's right. People are complaining. Nobody has enough money. Everybody's complaining about inflation. Why don't you get a second job? Is anybody paying any of these people complaining about inflation with wives and kids at home, okay, with kids that just started their first week of school this week? Is anybody paying them to be on this app to be running up their mouth like a messy washerwoman about other men's business? Very strange.
You know what's strange? Is people, I'm gonna tell everybody, here's number one in Clubhouse. And this is really the God's honest truth. There's no secrets on Clubhouse. If you say something in some Pakistani room, it's gonna get back to everybody. Men gossip worse than women on this app, and that's a fact. Women will talk Women will talk about women like you're fat, your titties are saggy, all that other bullshit. But men, oh my God, you guys fucking gossip like wash women on laundry day. That's a fact. Some of you motherfuckers never been around a woman. So my thing is, you got something to say, please show me the respect to come say it to me. Any of you, not just Paul, because Paul is sitting here who tell me what's going on. So Paulie, if you want to come up, or anybody else that got something to say to me, but please, I'll play the stage for you. Okay, Adams?
No, I mean, it's just, chalk it up to experience and chalk it up to the game. Many of you guys know I grew up with some kids that were on reality television. They filmed at my graduation. Dirty Laundry is nothing short of an Andy Cohen Bravo spectacle. And this is supposedly heterosexual men, which is crazy. Which is crazy to me. I mean, when somebody made a comment earlier this morning about the feminization of men, welcome to Clubhouse, folks. You have a bunch of men.
No, Adams. You get so right. I said it. The pussification.
The pussification of men. So welcome to Clubhouse, folks. These men talk a big talk about how we need to, drag women out of the workplace and, put them at home and, disenfranchise them. By the way, these are also the same men that are currently living in two-income households and complaining about inflation. Let's just add that context. These are the same men that they hear a piece of gossip. They open up whole entire rooms with other messy drag queen men to put this man in his place. Like, I mean, this is like a freaking drag queen version of bad girl stuff. Like, this is embarrassing.
Let me jump in. No, I said to we're going to be doing the poll. You guys want to be two minutes. Let me say, and it's really true, right? My man Kitover came up. I don't understand real life. He's always been smooth, been nice to me, respectful. He comes up and says, this is my mission, this is what I'm doing. This is the dude we should be embracing. Not these idiots that are running around doxing people. If you don't breathe air into the fire dies out. How about that? Let's embrace the good ones instead of putting them down. It's ridiculous. I know it sounds like kumbaya because I'm Paul piece of shit talking about me.
You're not
but you know what? Because, here in New York, we got a saying. You can just shove shit down somebody's throat and it's full. Hey, pull. You got something to say, man up and come up. No, I'm running while I put the poll up, please.
All right. Welcome to Here's something you figured. Rachel, I don't even call you out first, but I'm surprised you still haven't seen ticket to come to Rachel. I am shocked. Girl, you don't join the house unless you stay. Stop tripping. Stop tripping like that. I'm not sure you're from another movie. And you feel from it, and now
we're thrilled to announce that our Kaminsky franchise program is officially launched, and we're expanding national.
Yesterday, some of you may have seen a false headline in the New York Times, and the headline was terribly misleading. It said House Republicans are, quote, adjourning until September to avoid a vote on releasing Epstein material. I just want you to know, and everybody here knows, that's an outright lie. It's not true. And they were forced to modify their headline and update it today. No one...
Well, to piggyback off that, I'm going to do a poll up. Who's more hypersensitive on Clubhouse? Men are crybabies, women are the worst, or gay men? Please vote. I'm curious what people think. You're not going to offend anybody because nobody gives a fuck. Get out.
So, to be honest with you, I feel like the gay men on this app, shout out to Iron,
you said a mouthful right there. He holds you down.
Don Gimme. I mean, these are men.
You still want to abolish ICE. You still want to abolish ICE.
I don't know if you're in the Matrix.
I'm not joke about that, but at the same time, like, they stand on business, they protect women, they actually don't gossip in the same way that a lot of these other men gossip. Like, it's crazy.
Through the DC
I'll say this, Adam. I said it close.
100%.
And I have number love you. I will tell you tonight.
Mr. Trump.
But, and I'll say that because I think he's a good human being. He does protect women. Ollie, you wanted to jump in and I want to say hello to J-Lo.
Wait, hold on. Did you move Jordan? Because he's trying to come back up. Did you move?
I'm in. Let's go.
I think
anybody else in the house? Come on. In the back.
few times.
And his response to that was, your eggs are dry, you're old, you're stuff. I mean, it's like,
So much.
why do you think it's horrible, dude? Like, unreal. And then, then I had this woman who got offended because I was not team woman, I guess, enough.
This is the office. This is where we come in.
This is all the money that I would buy alone.
It's where we do all the work, and as you can see, there's not a lot here.
I mean,
They just moved in here prior to COVID, and so I don't think they actually moved in totally.
I mean,
I started putting some pictures up, as you can see. I went to the White House this week, and I have some pictures.
Oh, and they look great.
I'm gonna tell you what,
I like it. I
here's the
bet for
truth.
the frames.
In my, this is my opinion.
Not a lot of money available.
You're not shit a thousand space. People like you. You're just a nice lady. You're pretty. You're smart. You're engaging. They're none of those things. Jealousy's a motherfucker. I'm gonna say that right now.
Work with CA.
Jayla, what's good?
All major federal agencies that are involved overseas work hand in glove with the CIA. If you are at the State Department, you're above the CIA. Tucker wasn't lying when he said, I didn't know any of the people that Trump has cut my food stamps for $2,800.
Shayla, but let me ask you, do you think they're alphas though? Because I think they're betas. Because I don't think alpha males are alphas, but then all of a sudden,
and now it's down to $306. $2,800 is more than
And a lot of them are a bunch of fat, a lot of them are a bunch of fat dudes with a bunch of baby mamas, razor bumps, and a beer gut. Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, a lot of these...
KP, my brother, was another Martin was good. KP, my brother, was another Martin was good.
Have agency. Have agency. I think of this line walked into the resort area and started shooting.
Defying those. Y'all gonna woke me up now.
Where he was later.
Girls apartment
Investigators said they have not identified motive for the shooting or any connection between the
our own way.
The shooter had no.
Okay, but respectfully miss me with that. Okay, because some of the men, and I'm not talking about you and the space that you guys run. Y'all got it together, and talking shit up on Clubhouse could ever dream to accomplish. Okay, shit up on Clubhouse could ever dream to accomplish. Okay, I'm talking about the young YN. Okay, yes, I said it. Get mad? Yes, I'm talking about them young YN faces, and they hear the way that you guys have accomplished certain things. They try to play a certain act on this app of people who are they pretending to be. That is my whole point.
I ain't gonna lie, Dr. Adams, my first thing is, why is it so much focus on YNs? Why are we so focused on these? These is kids that come from a lot of our communities. Why are we considering kids in our own communities YNs?
That's what because right, that's what they call themselves, okay? Because they need to do better. Okay? They need to do better. It's unacceptable. No, hold on. Because again, I'm a lot older than I sound. Okay? I'm closer to 40 than I am to 21. So looking at the way that these kids are moving, okay, it's unacceptable. Okay, it's absolutely unacceptable. The behavior is unacceptable. The pot smoking, okay, it's unacceptable. I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely tired of it. So yes, I'm going to continue to say young YNs because I'm absolutely sick of it. And I'm also behind it, sick of the justification that for some reason, there's this battery that's been put in these young men's backs on this app to attack women indiscriminately for no fucking reason. For just the sun coming up and having a pussy. There's no.
I don't know. I just was convinced by their arguments, but try to convince me elsewhere. I just know that.
What arguments? They're civilians. Who cares what they say? Do you think any of us give a shit what any of them have to say?
No, I'm talking.
They have no power or no say in the government in Israel. So
no,
what does that have to do with
I don't think you're lumping me in with other people who you claim speak out against their country. I don't think. First of all,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that about you. I'm saying the people that you're listening to that are speaking out.
Martov is lying about his country. He's an academic.
People lie about their country all the time.
Well, hold on.
I mean,
okay,
I don't want to leave it at anything, Buttercup, because I just read your bio and it makes me believe you are a self-hating Jew. You literally, just in one sentence, I can just get that out of you and everything I've heard from you also.
Buttercup, I have a question. Buttercup, when you learned Hebrew, did you make an effort to pronounce? Who cares
The
about
Resh?
that? No, who cares about that? Who cares about that?
I think it says something
Who
about
cares
that.
about that, though?
No, I
George,
speak Hebrew with an
No.
American accent, but
No, but listen, but your bio,
He doesn't have
Even-
the attitude on the map.
even our number one troll, Al, he has a problem with it.
with
Is,
my
is Al
bio.
Jewish? Like, what is this guy? He's a Jew? Or?
No, he's the LARPing.
You just asked me. Why are you making assumptions?
Okay, no, that's
We've
what we're trying
heard
to
you
do.
for the last couple of days talking
You know what?
in all the
Let's
rooms.
give her the benefit of the doubt. Tell us what you believe.
We've heard you debating the.
They're like
You know what? Listen, I've known Norm on this app for almost 5 years, and when I first met him, he was a big lefty, very, very lefty. He didn't care. He wanted a two-state solution and all this. He's changed his ways a lot since the very beginning. I have to give him that.
Maybe you'll convince
But
me too.
he's okay, maybe, but he still has a long way to go. But I think
Terry, we got to give her
something
credit.
like-
We got to give her credit. She's actually saying she wants to learn.
Okay, that's actually really good.
I'd like to hear more of them. I'd like to see if you have anything new to say.
Buttercup, the army that is in Gaza is the IDF, okay? It's your family members, it's my family members. You've been to Israel, you know the society. Do you actually believe that? What? Oh, L. I don't have energy for you. I'm sorry. L. For everybody, L is like a cosplaying as a Jew. My family does, so in the IDF. Do you actually believe that there's a genocide going on? That there's a mission to kill Palestinians and do Hezbollah, do what they did to Iran? Like, do you actually believe that there's a possibility that there is an order or there is like some kind are committing? Because that, yes.
Got it. Listen, I want to answer, but I have a feeling I'm gonna get shouted down. So I don't know.
Well, we've learned from people like you a lot. That's the thing. So we've already learned that. I think it's on your
Don't
part
call
to
me
actually
people.
learn.
You don't know anything about me. In the
People
last room, I was lined up with all the
Are
generals.
very vocal about their stance. You're very vocal.
In the last room, I was lined up with all the generals.
Are very vocal about their stance. You're very vocal about your stance the last couple of days, and we've heard you. Don't worry, people listen on this app, so just remember.
Anti-Zionism to you, so be it.
No, that is exactly my same here.
So we all believe it.
Good. See, we found common ground. Now let's.
No.
New ideas, yeah. What are the new ideas?
So I talked to Daniel about it earlier.
Do you believe in a two-state solution, Buttercup? Do you believe that
Hold on. I wanted to ask. I already asked her one question, and I would let's
take that question. You asked me if I think it's a genocide, if it's intentional for brothers.
Originally came into it because I was going to vote on the poll, and then I was like, in terms of what? Yeah. Sensitivity to what, though? Good, because I feel like every single one of those entire groups are hypersensitive to certain specific things. I have strong opinions on like all, but yeah.
I would say the men, to be honest with you, Jay.
My experience is, and if it don't apply, let it fly, people. But don't say you got saggy titties, you got a fat ass, whatever these women say to each other. But the men, and then what they'll do is they'll say something they know has maybe 1% nugget truth, and they'll start the fucking gossip, the rumors, all of it. That's the men on this app, right? Is this jerk off still in here? There's a guy in here earlier who called me the most egregious names you could call a man in another room without him knowing that he saw what he said. Amazing to me. Amazing. Right? And then when I call him out on it, he wants to back down. Some of you men are straight bitches. And I that's how I feel. It's my opinion. To crack me in the corner.
You know what's crazy, Jay? I remember summers going out to New York, and my grandma used to have a bridge club.
They're using innocent civilians
She's right.
to go
Hamas is committing war crimes by using their people
Why
as human shields.
are you saying? Why are you saying that they're innocent? Let's say, okay.
Because they're children and elderly people. Even if they're guilty, they're not actively Hamas.
How do you know that they're elderly and who did you speak to that were in the IDF? Okay, if it was indeed an illegal command. First of all, they have the obligation, was in the IDF, one of the first things that you learn in basic training is an unlawful command. Unlike other armies that tell their soldiers you need to follow every command, the IDF is actually one of the first things that they teach us is how to defy a command, okay? It's called a command with a degel shachor. You do not go to the press, okay? You can go also to the press, but there's an independent judicial system in the army that is not under the chief of staff.
They went to the press. They went to.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean when it failed? Hold on. What do you mean? What obligations to the armies? They have an obligation to the law. Okay, it's always been like this. Is why they prosecute soldiers that commit crimes. If they went there and they told them like, as you said, it failed. So they go to somewhere else, like Shovrim Shtika, that their barrier for a complaint, and it failed. Can you elaborate? How did it fail?
So I think we need to talk about specific cases because I don't know every single case, but I will say that it is a bureaucracy, right? Like whenever you file something in the IDF, you're going through a bureaucracy. If you know anyone in the IDF and you've been in the IDF, you know it's a giant bureaucracy and it's hard to get anything moving. If it's an urgent matter, they're going to go to the press.
That is not true. I've been to the IDF, and especially, there's a difference between someone stole my kid bag or I lost my kid bag than we're committing war crimes, okay? It's not like, okay, please,
where are you getting this information?
I'll find you a link.
Oh, we want to see it. We want to see where this link is.
But when you read a link sitting at the computer and making up stuff, they will have to say, okay, we got this information from, I don't know. And if it's a public record, because obviously they are not supposed to do, it doesn't mean that Israel or the IDF are committing those crimes. Now, did you ever check how many soldiers were prosecuted during this war for like looting or for like all kinds of stuff? Because the system is working. I don't know what kind of backlog you're talking about. I know that the system is working. Also, they're not necessarily waiting for complaint. Remember there's that man rape allegation? There was a Nukhba terrorist, okay? A Nukhba terrorist that told a doctor in the prison that he was assaulted based on the complaint. So what backlog? We saw it in real time happening. We saw it live. Not only that it happened.
You mean with the Sdei Teiman case?
Also.
Are you talking about
the entire story came from Israel. It wasn't like a whistleblower
to the press.
Licked by who?
Someone inside the base. There were countless. There were countless soldiers.
Do you know what kind of operation?
To the press.
So tell me how it goes. Okay, so this.
You read the Haaretz articles, right? Did you?
I'm getting my sources not from Haaretz, but
okay. But Haaretz interviewed dozens of people who work at Sdei Teiman that talked about sadism.
But hold on. I understand. I'm using critical thinking. Okay, so the story broke because
our brothers and sisters are crying for help. They're blowing the whistle, and you're calling them liars. That's what's happening.
Well, knew about it. Like he was told that this happened at this moment, and that the fire was complained, and he went and he. To the control room, what to look, when to look, like how did it happen in your eyes? Because he's talking to a doctor, okay? And the doctor filed the complaint. There is no like a bulletin board like, hey, those are like the complaints that were filed today.
Daniel, you're right. I don't know the details of how that maybe it is Israel that
just to make sense. Right. We don't know the facts, and I also don't know the facts.
I don't know who released the video, but I do know that there were dozens of young soldiers who were forced to serve at Sdei Teiman who spoke up about what they saw there. So
do you have their names? Or
yes, very few of them put their names on it, but some did, and some of them are interviewed with their voices concealed. But at least one of them put their name on it.
Amazing. So they saw stuff that they didn't like. It's Sdei Teiman, and they filed a complaint. As far as I know, I think they shut down Sdei Teiman afterwards because they were complained. But
yeah, even the Israeli system has shut it down and asked them to fix problems.
Yeah, but that will show you that there is no backlog, and when complaints are made,
they are addressed. They couldn't look away, but there are other cases.
No. So that was so egregious, but
they're free. They're all walking around.
Hold on. With all due respect, as a woman, I would suggest don't call anyone a rapist unless they are convicted, okay?
Exactly, no convictions. What does that mean? What does that tell you?
Why? Because let's see. Did you follow up on the story?
Yes.
Because that bleeding that he had in his rectum, because there was the bleeding was inside, but nothing on the outside. The determination for him was that it was self-inflicted. That basically the only way that only the
like there was completely
yes, but it doesn't mean that anyone raped them. And you are blaming people.
I mean, I've seen numerous interviews of people who claim they were a hot rod was put up, like people, not even prisoners that were convicted of everything. They were let go. They were completely Israel arrested them during their raid, and they just all men. They rounded them up, and then they let them go, and they said they had things like metal rods shoved up their ass.
Who said that?
Multiple. I mean, it's Palestinians who you see as uncredible, but they looked. It sounded. I think we should give some credence to what people are saying when they come out of Israeli prison.
No, so I tell you what, I hear every day 3 new allegations, and some
why
of
are
them
they all telling the same story
BBC.
about the hot rod, even though they weren't in the same prison? How do they all have the same story with the hot rod up their ass?
I don't know the communication, and once they go out, they can be told. And again, if you follow the rate of allegations that are coming against Israel, it's like we get 3 a day, new ones, and then we have like a week or 2 weeks later, if it goes to mainstream media, retraction. It could also be the cover of the Time magazine. It could be a heartbreaking story. They don't check, and they just believe, basically like you do. You are here, basically with nothing but allegations, no evidence, no convictions, no nothing, but you are very convinced, and you are not only convinced.
No, I'm not very convinced. I give credence to the voices of the soldiers on the ground. The soldiers, the kids, 18-year-old kids who are forced to do this, who are being put in traumatic situations, right? That's who I'm listening to, and I think their voices need to be elevated.
Well, no, they need to be, no. The fact that someone says, and no, I'm sorry. Repeating a lie doesn't make it true. You need to investigate and find the truth.
I just told the link what happens when they investigate. In 80% of cases, they just come up with no finding. They don't give a shit.
So that's not what it said in the article.
All right, what does it say in the article?
It said either they have 88% are unsolved, or they found no wrongdoing. So I don't know where you're getting, or your comprehending skills are coming from.
It basically proves the point of allegations
as well.
Allegations are cheap and fast, Lies, it's cheap and fast. Investigations, find the truth. But for you, that you don't care about facts. Because if you did, I want to tell you.
Soldiers who say they're being forced to commit crimes.
So if was saying that you are a rapist,
listen, if it was just one case and that was the only evidence, that would be one thing. But it's not.
I understand. So you say, I say.
People accuse someone of rape, there's more likely chance.
All right. So I guess you're a rapist.
That you have raped us.
Okay, so yes, she was willing.
If all of us said that I raped you,
get off your crazy horse. Come on, that's crazy.
If 4 people are accusing me of rape, I probably should be shunned, I probably have raped you.
Against you who are trying to kill you and say you raped them. That probably means you should be ostracized.
Computer running like a Motorola.
Just like.
True, you could.
That's still accesses to the internet, I assume.
2000 is
awkward phase between Windows XP and Windows Vista. There was Windows Millennium Edition before that, and if you thought Vista was
XP, I didn't mind XP, but Windows 2000 was honestly perfect for a single-threaded computer.
back when computers could only have one thought at a time. That was great tech. I loved that. Now we got asynchronous, we got thread pools, we got service workers, we got a whole bunch of shit. Make computers all super fiddly. I gotta know all sorts of fancy words just to Google shit.
Blame Chromium for that. Blame JavaScript. Actually, a lot of old systems, like any company that actually makes real things, is still pretty much using like JDK, like JDK 7 or something. It's all Java.
I see Wiggle there. I'm gonna bring him up. Hey Wiggle, it's been a while. What you up to?
I don't know if Halo is on it though.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work, damn it.
Let me check. Maybe report it.
Could be. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was
They have the Halo Master Chief Collection on cross-platform.
Hang on.
Any other games you playing right now?
So I don't like it too much sometimes.
Yeah.
I went on Steam today, and they're having a Ukrainian game festival. So all the games that are made in Ukraine are on sale.
I don't know any too many Ukraine games, to be honest.
I was thinking of playing Dune with one of our people.
I heard they made war games.
I'll get you to play Borderlands one day, I swear. You're gonna love it. Grab that.
What?
I just never played those ones.
Simulators. I'll go take a nap. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. He talked about simulators. It's gotta happen. I'm so sleepy now.
You're gonna play Nap Simulator?
Yeah, Nap Simulator.
Got like a full rig in his basement.
Yeah,
like
dude's
an
hilarious.
entire
Yeah, like
18-wheeler
10
with like a shifter, and it's got like 6 screens around them.
And they're all wrapped.
Like 200 views on the video.
There's one Mexican dude who does that, and he larps as a bus driver. And he like turns around and like yells at face.
See, I get the entertainment value.
No problem.
Wait, no, like two things.
Yeah. With the people.
I think that, of course, they are being not only honest, very professional. They're being all kinds of voices, but we are not spreading lies. That's the difference. What are you missing in Israel that we tell about the story?
Right? I don't go into spaces of people I don't like. As a matter of fact, I just block them. I don't want to see you at all in my hallway. And if I do, it's just because we just happen to be in a room together. But, you know, I won't see your rooms if you're hosting them. I don't want the energy. So I don't get it. I don't, but somebody said the other day,
I told you why not. He's irrelevant in life. He's miserable. I'm being honest. I'm not even yelling or screaming or doxing this idiot. He's irrelevant in life. He's definitely irrelevant on here. They should draw attention to him because in his life, nobody pays attention to him. So let me just say this. Like I said, he's been blocked. I'm not going to remove him because I'm going to let him get out whatever he has to say off his chest, but he will never come back in health debates. He's permanently getting banned. And I want to be okay with that because you know what? My rooms are still filled.
That's how I feel about how some shit went down last night, which I didn't like. And which is unfortunate because I know I'm probably in the minority when I say this. JB don't give me no smoke. Despite it, I've enjoyed being in spaces with Rich because to me, Rich is funny.
Nobody said 2 words to him, and he starts automatically gaslighting the chat and saying things about me. Rest assured he's going to say things about you. And I say this because Rich was always welcome in my space until he got butthurt. Until I moved him to the audience a couple of times. So I kicked him out because he was saying the craziest lies. So I used to enjoy Rich as well. But Rich has found this new lane of doxing and thinks it's funny. But you know what happened? It's all good. I told you I wasn't going to speak about anybody that opened rooms about me tonight. I'm not. Keep talking about. Do me a favor. Open a room every fucking day.
Passage on here, like some like weirdo follows you around and like yeah, like it's. I'm sorry you guys had to go through that. You guys before you guys seem cool. You're both from New York, or like I'm assuming NY, New York, JP.
No, she's in Chicago. For crime and diarrhea, what's the top 5 about
Not too much on the shy. Not too much on the shy.
Meat, the meat in Chicago, like the beef, the sausage, like it's just better. They got like more Eastern Europeans and like Polish, German, like they got great sausages. They got, I don't think the Chicago deep dish is.
Oh, hold on, Pat. Mute up for a second. Mute up for a second, please. I promise you can talk about all the meat you want. Nye, did you notice that? How I handled that situation, and he left the room and didn't say another word. So, yeah, that's how you handle it. And I'm going to say this now since she's in the room. Monica, I'm putting all grudges aside with you. I'm not going to bring up your name anymore. You have my word as a man. She left. I tried to be respectful, graceful even, Nye, and she fled. She doesn't want peace. She wants smoke.
Yeah, I just noticed that. That's too bad she left. She would have been surprised by what you had to say.
It's all good. But you see how I handled Rich? Rich left the room and didn't say another fucking word in the chat. That's it.
No, Rich.
Hold on, Pat. I need you to mute up. Thank you. Read the room, baby. When I'm talking, let me talk. So, you see how you don't breathe air into it. That's it. And he never said another fucking word. He fled like the bitch he is.